Hello everybody, Joe Begaduns here, welcome back for another episode of Umineko. Sorry about that lack of uploads. Yeah, I kind of got sent on my TDY early, so I had no time to prepare any videos. But I'm back now! Finally, thank God. Oh my god, thank God. My knees and my ankles are absolutely shot. Like, we would go downtown after we'd finished what we were doing, and I was just like limping around, like I can barely walk, guys. It was a rough one. Not going to tell you what I did, because where's the fun in that? Yeah. Also, finally put in my window AC unit down here in my my little recording station. Yeah, after being in a hotel for like a week and being able to keep it climate controlled and have it like at 60 degrees at all times, yeah, coming back to like it's 90 degrees inside my house, no, that's not going to fly anymore. So, if you hear any minor humming in the background, that's my AC running. Not going to turn it off. You guys are just going to have to suck it up. So, at least going by my waveforms, I can't see anything on there, but I'd have to actually go into my recording afterwards and see if I can pick up any background noise. Doesn't sound like it. Thank you, OBS noise suppression. You guys are doing a fantastic job with that application. Anyway, I'm a little tired. You know, traveling does that. I slept, well, the past week I've slept like dog shit because we went out and partied like every single day. So I'm on like a week of like 5 hours of sleep while also being hungover every single day just to go out and do it again. It was fun. I enjoyed it. But man, I'm getting old. I'm getting real fucking old. At one point we got fucking like trash can buckets. Like they were in like a sand pail. Like you were gonna make a sandcastle. And I had already been drinking whiskey the entire night, and I'm like, I'm reaching the point where this is where, you know, kind of pull the ejection seat and like I'm stopping, you know, don't want to get too fucked up. And then they brought out the buckets. I'm like, they're already paid for. I gotta have one. I drank like half of it and I was gone. I was gone, man. I didn't black out. I've never blacked out. I'm not a little bitch. But it was bad. We were talking, we got like wrapped into like this bridal party, you know, a bachelorette's night out, and I felt so bad. You know, one of the girls, you know, she was talking with our group. I'd be listening, and then I just like zone out like after 5 seconds because I'm just trying not to die. And like one of my guys just like tell me, oh, she thought you were like ignoring her, and I'm like, no, I'm just gone. You know, absolutely dirty drunk. But it was fun. The next day wasn't fun. Almost threw up at the McDonald's we went to for breakfast. And just hung over, you know, driving in the car. I'm like, ugh. But I lived. I kept it down because I'm a big, strong boy. Anyway, Umineko, yeah, last time. Onje, she read the Book of Truth, the Book of the Single Truth, and then killed herself to spite the haters. What a champ. What happens now? I don't know. It's been like a week since I recorded. Let's get in there. What's that sound I keep hearing? Yes, it must be the sound of rain. Oh! My eyes. In that case, what are those two bright lights coming towards me? Oh no. However, it came at me with a screeching sound and stopped right in front of me. A blaring noise came at me over and over. Whatever's shining those bright lights is threatening me. It's probably telling me to get out of the way. Yeah, I was very familiar with that feeling this weekend. Stumbling into the road. Well, not like that, but you know, when you're with your group of friends and you're a bunch of just drunk assholes trying to cross the crosswalk. Yeah. However, I was incapable of moving even a finger. There was a sound of a car door opening. Car. Door. Apparently, I was lying on asphalt under the pouring rain. I knew it. I remember saying last time, you know, it's probably going to go for like 5 more minutes. It went for like 4 more lines. I saw a figure, apparently the driver, open an umbrella and come towards me.
ここはそなたの庭か?
figure questioned me. Of course, I couldn't answer
そ
it.
なたの庭ならば私は謝らなければならないな。なるほど。このような良き天気の日には昼寝としゃれ込みたくなるような素晴らしき庭
Oh
だ。
yeah, it's great, you know.
しかし私の記憶が確かなら
The figure crouched down and looked into my face. It was a woman.
ここは天下の公道だ。
Yeah, which means my tax money fucking pays for it, so I can sleep on it if I want to.
そなたはひき肉になりたいのか、あるいはすでにひき肉なのか、どちらなのか教えてほしい。
I clenched my chest. I felt I needed to answer somehow and establish communication. So, after a lot of effort, I managed to let a short groan escape my lips. Yeah, it's just like me when I'm trying to talk with women too.
なるほど。まだひき肉ではなかったようだな。
And that was how I met Ikuko. Hmm.
非常に衰弱しております。あと、記憶障害の可能性が高いですな。CT を見ないことには分かりませんが、脳にダメージがある可能性もあります。
It's our little big boy, our little protagonist boy who totally escaped Rokenjima, but you know, he tragically got amnesia, so he couldn't remember.
ダメージ程度で済んで大いに結構でした。あそこであのまま寝ていればそれどころでは済まなかったでしょうから。
Oh yeah, like a tractor trailer, not gonna slam on the brakes as fast as a regular car.
ですな。いずれにせよ、
Just a
大
fine
きな病院
paste on the
で一
pavement.
度見せた方がいいでしょう。
ありがとう先生。この件は内密に。これはわずかですが往診のお車代に。
わざわざ他言はしませんが。いやいや、こんなにたくさんいただくわけには。
Yeah, just some gas fare is good. In the end, the doctor took the money and swore to keep quiet about the matter. Eventually, Hachijo returned.
おや、起きていたのですか。具合はいかがです？
I nodded weakly, letting her know that it wasn't so bad for now. But where is this place? A room I have absolutely no memory of, in a house I don't remember at all. And, first and foremost, here's a woman I've never seen.
まずは私の自己紹介から。私は八条育子。親しげに育子と呼んでくれても、他人行儀に八条さんと呼んでくれても構いません。
I mean, for me, Hachijo just flows off the tongue better than Ikuko. It's a very pointy name. It's spiky in the mouth. Just like a chestnut. But not like when you, like, open the chestnut. It's like when they fall right off the tree. They're like little fucking spike balls. Hachijo, Ikuko.
八条家はこの辺りではちょっと知られた大地主の名家。
You're a bourgeois.
出来のいい兄たちと違い、私はどこかずれた変わり者。いろいろと悪さが過ぎまして、とうとう親たちからも愛想をつかされて追い出され、今はここで蟄居をさせられています。
I mean, it's pretty big from the outside.
趣
At
味は
least.
推理小説を読むことと、そして書くこと。
So you like clocks and lights?
年は秘密の
Is that part of your
独
hobby
身
too?
女。心
Yeah,
は
of course.
女子でも、そろそろそれを語るにはおこがましいかなという年頃です。
With the haze my mind was in, it was extremely hard to make out what she was talking about. However, I was able to pick up on the fact that she was trying to talk to me cheerfully.
それで、そなたの名前は？
Good question. My name. Logically, I know that, being a human, I must have a name. And I do have the feeling that I did indeed have a name. However, no matter how hard I try to remember what it was, it just made my head hurt.
何か名前以外に覚えていることは？
The Alamo. Who am I? My head? No. Even my heart was a mess of torn flesh. And I couldn't remember a thing, not even who or what I was. But I must remember. I had some kind of purpose, or maybe a mission. In order to remember that, I have to first remember who I am. Who am I? What is my name? Where was I born, and what was my birthday? I need to remember something, anything. Age?
年私の年は秘密です。
No, we're just speaking in the third person now, a little out loud thinking. 18.
私が18歳に見える？
Laying on thick, bud. I'm 18.
ああ、そなたの年齢ですか。やれやれ、世辞が過ぎると思いました。
Well, Battler's like 19, but... So maybe this ain't him, but if it is, he just, brink of death. You forget a year here and there, no biggie. When I asked myself how old I was, the number 18 floated into my mind. To be honest, I didn't really feel 18. My mind felt much younger than that, and my pathetic body felt much older.
なるほど。そなたは18歳というわけだ。そしてそれ以上のことは何も覚えていないと。
Yeah, that's not much to go off of. I nodded weakly. I never knew that knowing nothing about yourself could make you feel so powerless.
では、そなたが自分の名を思い出すまで、18と書いて、東野と読む名前を与えましょう。八条東野。いかがです？なかなかかっこいいです。
Yo, was I right? I mentioned before kind of offhandedly as like a joke.
自画自賛
Yeah, Hachiro Toya, it's really, we've had fake identities before. It's really just Battler, huh? Hachijo Ikugo gave a satisfied laugh. From then on, I took the name Hachijo Toya. My inability to move my body was apparently due to a traffic accident. On that day, I had been hit by a car, and Ikuko had picked me up from where I lay on the street. If she hadn't hit the brakes, she probably would have driven straight onwards, thinking she'd just run over a dead dog or something. Later on, I, perhaps rudely, suspected that the one who had hit me might have been Ikuko herself. But when I saw her completely undamaged front bumper, I gave up on that theory. Hachijo Ikuko lived in a small but lovely mansion on the top of a small hill in a village with a view of the sea. She also owned the hill behind her, and was more than capable of enjoying the four seasons in privacy. As time passed slowly, my rehabilitation continued, and my ability to move improved little by little. However, it seemed that I really had suffered some form of brain damage. Finding out who I was, like it would be a very difficult task. In the beginning, when I couldn't bear to not know my identity, my head often hurt so much that it felt like it would explode. However, as I slowly accepted the fact that I was a new person with the new name of Hachijo Toya, the headaches became less frequent. The whole time, no memories returned to me except the fact that I had been 18. However, I was unable to remember any more, unable even to be sure that 18 was my true age. And eventually, I stopped trying to remember my former self.
おはよう、東野。昨日はひどい嵐でしたが、よく眠れましたか？
I actually sleep, more deeply when there's like a thunderstorm going. I had some trouble falling asleep. So, I decided to read your manuscripts.
おやおや、どこまで読んでくれたのですか？
I finished it.
これは驚いた。あの量の原稿用紙を一晩で読み切ったというのですか？
I was surprised too. Once I got into it, I finished before I knew it. It was like I was just skimming it, or maybe like I was reading each page at a glance.
どうやらそなたは速読の心得があるようですね。して、どうでしたか？感想は。
DeviantArt tier. Liked it a lot. Still, if you don't explain that part about the ocean currents a bit more clearly, it might be a little unfair for the reader. Oh, but I thought it was great that you had the foreshadowing with the ring right there at the beginning. After I finished it, I had to go back to the beginning and slap myself for being so easily tricked. I think that feeling's the best part of a detective novel. Did I say something to offend you? If I did, I apologize.
いや、なぜ謝るのです。驚いています。そなたの的確な感想は称賛に値するでしょう。そなたはどうやら批評家か、あるいは推理小説作家の才能があるらしい。
You know, in a different life. Detective novel writer. A critic. From across the fog of oblivion, I seem to remember myself fighting and arguing about mysteries or something like that. That way of fighting, which I must have learned in the past, sent a surge of excitement through me. Mystery. Fighting. My head hurts. Pretzel motions. I accepted a painkiller and swallowed it with the fresh water brought up from the well. Hey yo, well water? Nice. Who am I? Really? But no matter how much I thought, I couldn't remember. I was told that the frequency of my headaches could be lessened by brain surgery, but also that there was no guarantee that it would do my memory any good. Ikuko said that she would let me have surgery if I wanted it. However, I refused. Even if I can't remember it, real me is still there, sleeping inside my head. I was scared that the surgery might harm that me somehow. By now, I'd gotten used to dealing with headaches. As long as I don't force myself to remember the past, the headaches don't torment me every day. So, bit by bit, I became free of the headaches and got used to my new life as Hachijo Toya. Gradually, my interest shifted from myself to Ikuko. Hachijo Ikuko. Very strange woman. First off, she was apparently the daughter of a very well-off family, just as she had said. However, she was considerably eccentric, and the various mischievous incidents she had spoken of apparently gotten her within an inch of being disowned. As a result, she had been given this house, and had been ordered to live here quietly and alone. She'd never been a particularly social person, so she happily accepted this new state of affairs, living however she pleased with servants to take care of her. She said she had no friends. No one ever came to visit. Besides me, the only one she ever talked to was Byrne, an old black cat she kept as a pet. I don't know her real age. She didn't seem to be too old to marry yet, but she wasn't likely to meet anyone new leading an isolated life like this. Despite her insistence that she just hadn't met anyone worth the trouble, I felt as though she'd already given up on marriage. Her everyday life changed very little. She would either read through the many detective novels that were brought to her, or else write detective novels herself. At first, I thought she was some kind of novelist at a private retreat, plugging away. However, the manuscript she finished just ended up clipped together in a pile. With me as the sole exception, it didn't look like she gave them to anyone else to read. Novelist is someone who writes novels for other people to read. So, I figured you could hardly call her a novelist when she kept writing novels no one would ever read. Ikuko-san, why don't you ever show these to anyone?
そなたには見せています。無論、出来のマシなものに限りますが。
Haven't you ever thought of sending one to some publishing company? It's a shame for things to be this way when your work's so interesting.
私の作品などプロには通じぬ。一度送ったことがあるが、さっぱりダメでした。私には分かっています。こんなもの、素人の道楽です。
I don't think amateur is a fitting word for someone who's so well versed in detective novels from all times and places across the world.
大飯ぐらいが良き料理人になれるわけでも
Fair.
な
I
い
was just about to bring up an analogy like that.
推理小説を読み
I was
散ら
just
すこ
thinking
と
of how to
が
word it.
良き推理小説家であることを保証するわけでもないそういうことですだからこんなものは道楽に過ぎません
Is it really fun to write novels that you won't show to anyone?
かつては楽しかったかつては
What about now?
そなたに感想を得ることが楽しいとりあえず一章を書き終えましたお茶を用意させるのでまた読んで感想を聞かせてもらえませんか
Saying this with a smile, Ikuko thrust a pile of manuscript papers at me. When it comes to detective novels, reading and writing are the same. It's boring if you just do it by yourself. You only get something really precious when you share the world with someone else. Yep, takes two. Headache.
どうよしっかり今頭痛薬を
I'm fine. More interested in this manuscript. I can't wait for the new chapter. Seasons passed, together with Ikuko, in this town whose name I didn't even know. I spent my days debating detective novels and talking about ideas for new plots. At a glance, they may have appeared to be stale and unproductive days. However, I found satisfaction with my new life as Hachijo Toya.
「かようにして我が黒首ときたんは幕を閉じるのである」「りょう」
With a dramatic flourish for her with the words. It's been a while since I've been talking. With a dramatic flourish of her fountain pen, Ikuko signified that her manuscript was now complete.
どうであるかそなたのプロットを生かしつつ最後に辻子の悲恋をもう少し厚くしてみました
I think it's very good. I think the last farewell is sad enough to make it moving as a story, not just a reasoning puzzle.
当夜のプロットがあればこそです
Can't forget the heart.
この作品の前には私がこれまで書き溜めた原稿などちり紙の価値さえない書きながらも私が世界で一番最初の読者であることの興奮こんな経験は初めてです
I just mentioned some ideas. You're the one who turned them into such a fascinating story, Ikuko-san. Before I knew it, she had roped me in as well, and I too had dipped my toe into the world of detective novel writing. Apparently, the old man possessed some knowledge of mysteries and detective novels and the like. And my talents seemed to be of a fairly unorthodox kind. I turned famous mysteries from across the world on their head, always looking to twist those ideas into something new. However, a few ideas aren't enough to make a book. No meal is complete if all you can do is chop up vegetables. It was thanks to Ikuko's writing, a skill that she had built up over many years, that my ideas were transformed into a work of fiction. This first work, which we had authored together, The Strange Tale of Kurokubi Island, had brought out the best of our individual quirks. And, though I hate to brag, it had turned into a masterpiece that we could show to anyone without shame.
もしもし書斎にシャンパンを持ってきてくださいグラスはあなたの分もこれまでで一番の作品が仕上がりましたお祝いしましょう
Ikuko called for some champagne over the internal phone line. Phone line. Joined by the servant who happened to be working that day in the cat burn, we raised our glasses high and toasted our accomplishment. Ikuko-san, I have an idea, if you don't mind.
聞こうそなたの話すアイデアならシャワーとトイレ中でなければいつだって耳を貸そう
Why don't we try submitting our book? I've never read something this interesting before. I'm sure a lot of other people will want to read it.
そうでしょうか。過去にもそう思い投稿しましたが、結果は。
I mean, you're saying the past, like, that was some, like, fanfic tier stuff, but now, couple years of practice under your belt, a little collabing, we got something here. Believe in your talent, Ikuko-san. What about you?
私とてそなたの才能を確信しています。
Then it's decided. To Ikuko-san's big debut.
東野のメジャーデビューを祈って。
We clinked our glasses once more. The evening wore on. We must have had way too much to drink. Before I knew it, I must have passed out on the sofa. There was a blanket covering me. Ikuko-san must have put it there. Lights were out in the study, but it wasn't dark. The computer's monitor was glowing. Outside, it started to rain. Reminded me of the day Ikuko-san found me and took me in. Because of that, whenever it rains, I found myself wondering who I was, and I usually get headaches. So I wasn't sure whether the pain was because of the rain or because I had drunk too much. Ikuko-san, turn on the lights. Using the computer in this dark is bad for your eyes.
おや、起こしてしまいましたか。
Now, she seems like the kind of person who has, like, those fucking special, like, orange glasses that cancel out the blue light from the computer so that way you can go without eye strain like a fucking dork. No, I slept well. Thanks to that, I feel refreshed. I turned on the light and looked out through a gap in the curtains. As I thought, it was the sort of pouring rain that always reminds me of that day. It's raining pretty hard out there. The wind looks pretty strong too. Hope the rain gutters don't get clogged with leaves again.
先日掃除をさせましたから、当分は大丈夫でしょう。
I think it's supposed to rain here earlier. I went out to get a new ID today, and it's getting pretty cool and breezy. Kind of like a thunderstorm is about to blow through, but I haven't checked the weather because, I like not knowing those things. It's more exciting that way. Her answer sounded a little abstracted. Apparently, her attention was absorbed by the computer. You've been pretty hooked with that computer lately, Ikuko-san. Did you find an interesting article or something?
バカバカしいとは思いつつも、なかなか面白いのです。ほら、例の六軒島事件。
Rokenjima. Rokenjima?
六軒島ミステリーの話は先日したでしょ。これが今ネットでブームになっているのです。それをめぐる議論や考察、中でも議書が実に面白い。議書というのは付近の島に流れ着いた後ろ宮マリアの署名のあるボトルメッセージが他にもあったと仮定して書いたもので。
Only too happy to share her knowledge of the subject, Ikiko continued her explanation at length. However, a huge bell was clanging inside my head. The noise was so great that I thought my head would split open. Unable to tell what was the floor and what was the ceiling, I crumpled and clutched at my head.
どうや、大丈夫ですか？
My head hurts. The Rokenjima explosion accident. The many disquieting rumors surrounding it. The scheming of the relatives after Ushimiya Kinzo's vast wealth and hidden gold. And the truth? Ushimiya Eva, the sole survivor, said nothing. Eventually, the granddaughter, Ushimiya Anje, who escaped harm because she was absent on that day, would inherit everything. Anje, Ushimiya Anje. I am Ushimiya. No good. My head is splitting. Break from your cocoon. And emerge as the golden butterfly battler. An incomprehensible scene pierced my eyelids from the inside like a blade of light. Just what am I looking at? Who are these people calling to me. Not by the name Toya. Who am I? Who are these people? What is this memory? Help me, Ikuko. Someone else's memory is hurting me. Yeah, it's splitting. I can hear the sorrowful sound of wind. And that must be rain. Who am I again? I am Ushirmiya.
エンジ
お願いよ返事をして
Voices. Voices calling to me. Dad and Mom. It can't be them. In 1986, on Broken Shima, Mom and Dad.
エンジしっかりしろお父さんの声が聞こえるか
お願いだから返事をして
Mom, Dad. I'll say it out loud. Mom, Dad.
エンジよかった
I could feel my body being lifted up firmly and hugged roughly. Mom and Dad were hugging me. My eyelids had been open for a while now. I could feel the light slowly returning to my eyes. Just like your eyes get used to the dark, my eyes got used to the light, and bit by bit, the scene around me came into view. However, it was an unusual sight, which seemed to be very far away. My body was being hugged by Mom and Dad. Dad was sniffling, his face covered with tears. There were tears in Mom's eyes too as she hugged me tight. It was so strong that it hurt a bit. I was the bad kid who wasn't obedient, who always had an excuse, and who always tried to do the opposite of what her parents said. That was why they were holding me tight, make sure that I didn't head down the wrong path. As my eyes adjusted, I could see other people besides my parents. Everyone was there. George Nichan, Jessica Nechan, and Maria Nechan. My uncles and aunts. Even Sakataro. And then, there was the Witch Virgilia and Ronave, and...
Koko. そなたは幸運だった。偶然にも。虚無の海の波間を漂うそなたを見つけたのだ。
Yep, plucked you out like a piece of garbage.
ひどい姿であったぞ。そなた自身がその姿を思い出すまでに、随分と時間をかけた。
ベアトリーチェ、じゃあ、ここは。
黄金鏡だここでお父さんたちはみんなお前が帰ってくるのを待ってたんだぞ
絶対にあなたは帰ってくると。
Yeah, she had to go through her rebellious phase first, you know. Did I come home because I was supposed to? Didn't I return to the form I was meant to have, and then...
いやお前は帰ってきたんだ
in your heart.
そうよ。あなたが私たちのところへ帰りたいと願ったから、ここへ帰ってこられたのよ。
お父さん、お母さん、私は。
今は何も言わなくていいわ。大変な冒険をしてきたわね。
Yeah, it's pretty rough. She got turned into hamburger meat a couple times.
あなたは一人ぼっちで大変な冒険をしてきたわ。
これで分かっただろもう忘れないだろ
I understand, Dad.
ここがお前の帰るべきところだってことだ
When I gave that answer, Mom and Dad hugged me again. Tears fell onto my face. They were Mom and Dad's tears.
無事でとはとても言えない姿だったけれど。
Yeah, after you get here, you know, things had to happen.
よかったわ。帰ってきて。
エヴァ、おばさん。
私のことをいく
Yeah,
ら
no hard feelings, right?
憎んでくれていいから。だから。
お父さんとお母さんに100万回キスをしてあげて、あなたのことをいつも思っているみんなにも。おばさん、
あなたのもう一人のお母さんにどうかただいまと言ってあげて。
Mom gave me a push from behind, and I stumbled forward towards my other mother.
エヴァ、お母さん、エンジェちゃん。あの日、私がそう呼べていれば、私は何も謝ることがなかったかもしれない。
No one can really blame you for it. You know, you're dumb emotional kids, still are.
私たちは新しい世界を二人で生み出せたかもしれない。もういいのよ。エンジェちゃんは帰ってきてくれたわ。だからもう何も言わなくていいのよ。お母さん、お母さん、おかえり。あなたは私の可愛い娘。
Jeez, Anjay, why does your parents let you have two moms?
お母さん、あなたはいつまでも、そして最後まで私の一番の味方だった。
Okay, maybe not the very end. You know, she got a little spiteful there, but the two of them hugged each other quietly, burying their faces in the other's shoulders and sobbing. The truth wasn't worth anything at all. In the first place, the truth is always in the past. The point of the future isn't to learn what happened in the past. What really matters is whether I truly live and prosper in the truth that is the now. How can there be any truth in a life not truly lived? Back when I only ever tried to see the truth of the past, I was nothing more than a ghost trapped in that past. Since that day, I haven't lived a single day. Now, I truly understand. And, this is what real truth is.
私は生きるわ。そしてどれほどみんなに愛されていたかを思い出したわ。
Because I was young and selfish, I didn't even remember until now. The kind grandpa who always spoiled me. The entertaining aunts and uncles. All of the kind and gentle servants. It was always warm. And yet, because I was young and cruel, I never even tried to retain any of those memories. Everyone was distorted by my irresponsible imagination, and I completely forgot how things were. Now, I can remember clearly, and I understand. It's true that the Halloween quiz party itself was an illusion. We never did anything like that. But there were all kinds of other fun things we did do when the relatives gathered. Things that were no more or less fun than that party. Then, for the first time since the start of the game, I went up to each and every one of them to greet them, thank them, and apologize. To thank Grandpa for always pampering me. To thank my aunts and uncles. To thank the cousins for always playing with me even though I was so selfish. And to thank the creatures of fantasy and apologize to them. I think I said something horrible to Sakataro once in the past. And to Maria One-chan too.
マリアお姉ちゃんは本当の魔女だったんだわ。
マリアは最初から魔女だよ。エンジェだって一度はその領域に近づけたのにね。
Yeah,
but then she drank deep of the anti-magic
本当
toxin.
の意味で分かってなんかいなかった。
Totally almost said dank dreep, but, you know,
かわいそうなマリアお姉ちゃんの
don't
か
worry
わ
about
い
it.
そうな魔法。そんな風にしか見ていなかった。だから私には幸せのかけらが拾えない、見つけられない。かつてお姉ちゃんは私にそう言ったわ。
仕方ないよ。宇宙は 2人で作らないと。マリアにはベアトがいたけれど、エンジェは一人ぼっちだった。
Yep, poor pitiful little Anjay.
いいえ、もしエヴァおばさんをお母さんと呼べていたら、私は2人だったわ。きっとマリアお姉ちゃんと同じ魔法で、私は新しい世界を踏み出せたわ。
すべてわらわのせい
Yeah. Yep.
だ。わらわが面白半分に投じたボトルメッセージがそなたの未来に歪みを生み、そなたを蝕んだ。わらわにもその責任がある。
まったくね。
Yeah, what a... You didn't see that one coming.
あんたのボトルメッセージのせいだわ。そのせいであんたの真似をした偽書を書く連中が現れて、
Yep, just throwing out your cringy
どんどん
fanfics that would
お
eventually
かしな
wash up on
話
the
が
shore.
膨らんでいった。
However, the message bottles thrown into the sea by Beato did not name a specific person as the culprit. One of the forgers wrote a plausible forgery that had Ushimiya Eva as the culprit, which spread like wildfire. I should have known better than anyone that it couldn't possibly be true, but even I accepted in the end.
ベアトのせいじゃないわ。周りの誰がどんな邪推を重ねようとも、私の中の真実はたった一つのはずだった。なのに安易に私は
And like you said, you're a dumb, dumb, cruel kid.
心を
Nothing you can do
彼ら
about
に
that.
明け渡してしまった。
It's part of their nature.
いやいや、そもそもわらわがボトルメッセージなど投じなければ、未来の六軒島はおかしな妄想の種にされることもなかったのだ。
Yeah, littering is bad, Beato.
すべてはわらわのせいだ。
そうね。それ
Like,
もそう
don't
だ
throw
わ。
shit in the ocean.
やっぱりあんたのせいだわ。
I know it's fun to like toss car batteries in there to recharge the eels, but
素直にそう言われるとカチンとくるぞ。
actually, now that I think about it, I think electric eels are only in like, are they in the Amazon? I think they're only in freshwater.
わらわのせいだけでなく、やはりそなたも悪いのだ。
そうね。あんたも悪いし、私も悪いわ。でも、
Yep,
お互いの
that's
罵
right.
り
You
合うの
all
も
suck.
馬鹿らしい。だって私は未来の魔女、あなたは過去の魔女。未来に生きる私はその魔法で未来を築くべきなのよ。私たちは共に何らかの責任を負うけれど、それを責める資格はどちらにもないわ。
エンジェなら
Just took you a bit.
マリアージュ・ソルシエールの教えをきっと理解
Like
してくれ
really
ると
long,
思ってたよ。
You
そう
did.
ね。私はマリアージュ・ソルシエールの最後の一人としてお姉ちゃんの魔法を伝える義務が。
マリアの魔法はみんなを幸せにする魔法なの。
うん、清らかなる魔法も邪悪なる魔法も思いのままよ。
本当ね。魔法は心の持ち方で全く違う姿に変わる。正しい導きがなければ正しい魔法は使えないわ。
Don't go using it all willy-nilly.
正しい魔法
It's
は
like a gun.
人を幸福に導くわ。
素晴らしいことです。
Or any tool, really. Like, you know, use a hammer to build a nail and make a house, or use it to fucking bludgeon someone's skull in.
人を幸せにすることこそが魔女が魔法を振るう唯一の理由なのです。その教えをようやく我らが無限の魔女の系譜の最後の魔女に伝えることができて、私は嬉しいですよ。悪かったな。全然伝えてなくてよ。
Yeah, well, everything you do is a failure, Beatrice.
未
So
来の魔女エン
not
ジ
your
ェ・ベア
fault.
トリーチェ。
You're intrinsically a failure, so we shouldn't have expected anything different from you.
マリアージュ・ソルシエールは今こそあなたの著名を解く。
Damn, does this mean we have to start paying membership fees again?
ウリュー、エンジェはきっと帰ってきてくれるって信じてたよ。
おめでとうございますエンジ様。あなたたちと共に旅をした日に私は 一度は理解をしたつもりでいたの。
That perspective is a fluid thing. It's constantly changing.
本当にごめんね。
魔女は
Always growing,
二
always
人でなけれ
learning,
ば宇
causing
宙を
things
生
to
み出せる。
be viewed in different light.
未来のそなたは一人だが本当に大丈夫か。
ええ、大丈夫。私はもう一人じゃないもの。
Because you're all in my heart.
私は生きるわ。みんなと一緒に。そして未来に生きる。
So can we like roll it back to before you jumped off the
マリア
building?
ージュ・ソルシエルの魔法を伝えるために生き抜くことを誓うわ。マリアお姉ちゃんの魔法は私でさえ救ってくれたもの。魔法を必要としている人たちはもっと大勢いる。それを正しく伝え、一人でも多くの人々を救うことがマリアージュ・ソル
So
シエ
you're
ル
gonna
の
like make a
最
fortune
後の
reading,
魔女の
like writing esoteric self-help books?
そ
Let's
れ
go.
は
That's some
実
real
現
girl
できそう
boss
か
shit right there.
もちろんよ。そのための力だってあるわ。私の先代様エヴァ・ベアトリーチェがたっぷりと築き上げてくれた黄金の魔法があるもの。私はそれを全て継承しているわ。
With the power of money, anything is possible.
私がもう少し健康で長生きできてたら全部使い切っちゃうつもりだったんだけど
Yeah,
ね。
just to spite you a little bit more. Giggle, ah ha 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 ha. As Anjay laughed, tears poured from her eyes again. Everyone surrounded Anjay with their kind, warm smiles. Antler stood alone in the rose garden maze, letting the rain quietly fall on him. After searching for some time, Anjay found him.
お兄ちゃん、
Hey, y'all calm down a bit? Anjay, who was feeling guilty, sensed anger in her brother's expression. So, she thought he was gonna hit her. She shut her eyes tight. However, her brother touched her softly. He patted her head gently.
な、
Really think Battler's the kind of guy to hit a girl.
真実なんて大したもんじゃなか
Though,
った
to
だ
be
ろ。
fair, your siblings, you know, your sisters, they're not girls. They're your sister. They don't count. You can hit them.
お兄ちゃんは
God, my sister beat the shit out of me a
暖
ton
か
of as
な
a
世
kid.
界でずっと
That's the rough thing being 2 years younger, because you know, fucking girls that they hit their growth spurts sooner, so I just got my fucking ass kicked constantly.
私だけがずっと背を向けていたから。
お前は真実を知ってしまった。
うん。
だから誰かが生きて帰ってくるかもしれないっていう
Yep,
奇跡や希望は。
that's like ripping off a band-aid.
でもお前にはもう未来を生きるための新しい希望や使命があるな。
お兄ちゃんがその温かな希望を守ってくれてた。それを私が自ら開いて逃がしてしまった。パンドラの箱より始末が悪いわ。
Yep, because now there's nothing left in there.
私は知る必要のない真実も、そして希望までも全て逃がしてしまって、全てを空っぽにしてしまったのだから。
いいさ、開けちまったなら仕方ねえさ。
Yep, no crying over spilt milk.
それで空っぽなら後腐れがなくていいじゃ
Yeah,
ね
you
え
can
か。
fill it up with whatever you want. All
下
sorts
手な
of
希望は
happiness you can just put in
かえ
there.
ってトゲになることもあるしな。
Battler laughed heartedly. Then, with that same smile on his face, he told her.
俺たちはもう死んでる。ひょっとしたら生きてるかもしれないって希望がお前の12年間を生きる糧にしてくれた。それはもう綺麗さっぱり。
Mm-hmm. Time to move on.
分かってる。これからの私は新しい人生に踏み出すわ。
ベアとは六軒島を猫箱に閉ざし、次の魔女のエヴァおばさんはその猫箱の蓋を生涯守った。その次の魔女のお前は その蓋を開けちまったが。
Yeah, it was your choice. No less
だからっ
valid.
てなんだってんだ。過去の真実なんてどうでもいいことじゃねえか。
ええ、私はこれから真に生きる。そして自分だけの真実を結実するわ。
頑張れよ。マリアージュ・ソルシエールの最後の魔女。
I got a lot to
マリア
live
の
up
魔
to.
導書を読んだぜ。あれはとてもいいことを書いた。聖書だって翻訳がいる。
I mean, unless she can read like old Greek.
ならマリアの魔導書にだって翻訳がいるだろう。お前がそれを翻訳するんだ。そしてかつてのお前と同じ境遇の子供たちに伝えてやれ。それがお前の新しき未来の魔女の使命だ。俺はいない。でもお前の後ろにいつだっていて。
知ってるわ。お兄ちゃんだけじゃないわ。みんなも一緒よ。
Mm-hmm.
俺もみんなもずっとずっと永遠にお前を愛してる。
Yeah, so quit being so angsty all the
それ
time,
を
okay?
忘れるな。
忘れないわ。絶対。永遠に。
Anjay leapt into Battler's chest and sobbed. Humans are sad creatures who can learn, but not unlearn. She had already learned. It was a cruel, terrifying, merciless thing, capable of destroying even the miracle called hope. However, there was still one tiny fragment left gripped in her hand. Her family's love. If Anjay could just remember that love and hold on to it tightly, then she could surely live on. She could stop herself from taking that single step into nothingness.
それに六軒島の猫箱はまだ完全に開かれたわけじゃない。お前が中身を覗いちまっただけの話だ。だからお前が自ら蓋となれ。そして今度はお前が
Just put your fat ass on the top of the
猫箱
box.
の
Don't
中
let
のみ
nothing
んなを
out.
守るんだ。俺や親父やキリエさん、いとこのみんなやおじさんたち、おばさんたち、じいさまや使用人のみんな、幻想の住人のみんなをな。
うん。今度は私がみんなを守らなきゃ。
ならそれは急いだ方がいいんじゃない？
Yeah, can't be sitting around here doing nothing. You gotta go to that expose. On the other side of a rose bush came the sound of popcorn being eaten. It was Lambda Delta.
あんたも知ってると思うけど、ベルンはもうじき未知なる真実の書をパーティーで大公
Gotta
開す
shut that
る
shit
わ。
down.
会場には天国から地獄から異界から別世
They
界
don't
か
have the
ら
intellectual
あら
property
ゆる
rights
世
to
界
that
の
book.
面々が
They
集ま
can't
っ
be
てる。
showing it off.
そこで中身を公表されたらもう何もかも手遅れよ。
私行くわ。ベルンカステルにあの鍵を渡してしまった。私の責任だわ。私が行って取り返してくる。
図書の都にか。しかし入る方法がない。
Oh, gee, if only there was a witch of the Senate who could grant us
あ
passage.
そこには結界があるんだ。
あいつがこれをくれたの。これがあれば自由に出入りできるって。バカなやつね。
Cool.
私を捨てるとき回収を忘れたんだわ。
Anjay fished through her pockets, and there was a jingling sound. It was a bell with blue ribbon tied to it.
それよ、招待状と引き換えに渡される図書の都の臨時入館証。それがあればとりあえず一人は図書の都に乗り込めるわね。まあかけらの海を誰かが送ってくれればの話だけど。
ラムダデルタ、私を図書の都に連れてって。
Are you gonna say the magic word?
エンジェ。
それが私の責任の取り方だわ。私が一なる真実の書の公開を食い止める。
本気で言ってんの？
I mean, you can get one over and burn this
あそ
way.
こは化け物中の化け物の服までよ。ベルンの庇護を失ったあんたなんてハエ以下のハムシ扱い。ベチッと叩いて潰されておしまいよ。
Yeah, there's some fucking eldritch creatures there. The bell was stolen from Anje's hands.
ラムダデルタ、そこには俺が行こう。お前は俺を送ってくれるだけでいい。どうせ俺は猫箱の中にしか存在できない虚無の存在だ。
But at least you got like some conceptual power, you know, you're like a territory lord and all that.
だがエンジは未来に生きなくちゃならない。そしてお前だって未来ある存在だ。だから俺が行く。俺には何も。
いいえ、これは私の責任。そして、
Oh, hush.
私のけじめ。私が自らの手でやらなきゃ未来は何も変わらない。
Says who?
そして未来の猫箱を
Let your brother
何
do
も
something
救え
cool
ない。
for you. Anje tried to snatch the bell from Battler's hand, but Battler had no intention of giving it up. The two of them were the two of them were grimly serious, but from the sidelines, it just looked like an ordinary squabble between two close siblings. Lambda Delta watched this conversation and shrugged. She had just had to take one to the City of Books. She wouldn't have had to make any enemies, and there was no risk to her. All she cared about was which one would make the story more interesting. Nothing else. But then she finally noticed.
ストップ。あんたたち、ちょっとストップ。ストップ。
何よ、後にしてよ。
今兄弟で大切な話をしてるんだ。
まずあんたたち、その組み合ってる手を解きなさい。鈴は
Why?
バトラが持ってるのね。
What, just, you know, hold on and fucking all go in together?
バトラ、跳ねてみて。
跳ねるこうか。
Jingle jingle.
次、エンジェ、跳ねてみて。
なんで私まで。
I'll burn fucking slip one into your pocket for you. Jingle jingle.
どうして。
If Valor's holding the bell, where did that sound come from? Ajay hurriedly searched through her pockets. As she did, another blue ribbon bell came out of a different pocket than the first one.
それこれと同じ鈴だよな。
そんな、どうして2つ。私は1つしかもらわなかったわよ。
どうしてかなんか知らないわ。
Yeah, but no point questioning at this
でもと
point,
に
you
か
know.
くあんたは図書の都に入れる鈴
Oh,
を
looking
2
to
つ
get
持
horse in the
っ
mouth
ている。
here.
よってあんたたちの仲睦まじいやりとりをこれ以上見ている必要がなくなったわけ。
Pair of them gripped their bells and looked at each other.
最初から今回のゲームはあんたたち2人のものだわ。ただ対決するプレイヤーには若干の変更があったみたいね。あんたたち2人が競い合うゲームじゃない。猫箱をめくって蓋を閉ざそうとするバトラとエンジェとそれを開こうとするベルンとの戦いだわ。エンジェはベルン側からバトラ側にチームを変更した。それだけの話。
ラムダデルタ、俺たちを都市の都へ連れて行ってくれ。
God, none of you guys know how to ask for a favor.
分かってるわよね。連れてくだけよ。
Yeah, yeah, no coming in as a striker. We
あと
got
は
it.
今度こそ感激者に徹するからね。あんたたちが図書の都で何をどう戦ってどうベルンにコテンパンにされるかをじっくりたっぷり間近で感激してるだけだからね。
ラムダデルタ、ありがとう。
Alright, kids, get in the van. Let's go. Road trip. And with that, I know it's a short one, but that is where we're going to have to end it here for today. Once again, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. And sorry, once again, for the delay in the videos, the long gap there. But I still need to unpack for my trip, and I'm still tired and need to recover a little bit more. But expect the videos to resume at their normal upload schedule, I guess. I was thinking of a different word, but it's lost to me now. It's gone. Catch you guys later. Bye.